During Genghis Khan's lifetime, they estimated that his people killed 10% of the world's population.
God.
They killed so many people they changed the carbon footprint of the world.
In the past, there are many puzzling mysteries we still can't figure out. Mysteries like hidden graves, sunken cities, and unsolved murders. People have been curious about these mysteries for a very long time, and some of them we may never fully understand. In today's episode, we will delve into some of the ancient mysteries that we still haven't solved. This is Reveal the Mystery. If you are curious to learn mysteries of the world, space, and beyond, consider subscribing. 1. The Tomb of Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan is renowned as one of the most formidable conquerors in history. His enduring legacy stems from his skill in uniting diverse nomadic factions within Mongolia, forging a formidable army. Leading this formidable force, he embarked on an extensive military campaign that spanned vast expanses of Eurasia. His conquests extended to regions such as Central Asia, portions of China, and sections of Persia. Following his demise, his successors continued his mission, ultimately establishing the largest contiguous land empire in history, encompassing territories in Russia, China, and the Middle East. Genghis Khan's descendants, including figures like Timur and Babu, likewise erected their own empires, such as the Timurid and Mughal empires. We don't really know how Genghis Khan died in August 1227. There are different ideas, like he might have gotten sick, had injuries from hunting, died in a battle, or just peacefully passed away in his sleep. His body was brought back to Mongolia, and they built a big tomb for him there to remember him. The real place where Genghis Khan is buried is a secret. He wanted to be buried quietly without any markers or signs, and it's likely he was taken back to Khenti, where he was born in eastern Mongolia. He was probably buried somewhere near the Oman River. We can only guess about the exact spot because it's hidden. According to legend, about 2,000 people attended his funeral, but then they were all killed by one of his armies. That army was then killed by Genghis Khan's escort, who also killed anyone they found along the way, and finally, they all took their own lives. While this story shows that Genghis Khan really wanted to keep his burial place a secret, which is quite different from his reputation as a powerful conqueror. Just like we don't know where he's buried, we can only guess what his intentions were when he died. 2. The Bronze Age Collapse. Now we will tell you a short story of enigmatic event known as the Late Bronze Age Collapse, regarded as one of history's greatest puzzles. Approximately around 1200 BCE, the Eastern Mediterranean and Mesopotamia were home to several formidable empires, including notable names such as the Hittites, Babylonians, Mycenaeans, and Greeks, among others. These empires were characterized by their substantial size, large populations, and considerable influence. Astonishingly, within a span of just half a century, these empires all vanished. Based on archaeological findings, nearly every major city in the Eastern Mediterranean endured violent destruction, with many of them never again witnessing habitation. So what caused the downfall of these once mighty states? We don't have a definite answer. Historians have developed a theory known as the systems collapse theory. Essentially, it suggests that everything essential for these societies stopped functioning almost simultaneously. Imagine the internet, television, and all Starbucks closing down, leading to a sudden collapse of the world overnight. There were likely factors such as famines, natural disasters, and shortages of tin, which was a crucial component of bronze, and thus a vital resource during the Bronze Age. In addition to these factors, there's evidence of a group of people referred to as the Sea Peoples. While much about them remains mysterious, here's what we do know. They were a diverse group of people originally from the Western Mediterranean. They migrated by sea to the Eastern Mediterranean, possibly in search of wealth or to escape hardships in their homelands. What's clear is that they were highly skilled at winning wars. 3. The disappearance of Abu Bakr II. During the 14th century, Mansa Musa, a West African ruler, is widely regarded as history's richest individual. His wealth stemmed from the Mali Empire, renowned for exporting substantial gold to Europe and the Middle East during the late Middle Ages, when gold held immense value. Mali also became a hub for culture and religion, drawing notable figures like traveler Ibn Battuta, who admired the harmonious coexistence of Islam and West African traditions. Before Mansa Musa, there was King Abu Bakr II, curious about the sea. He set out on 2 voyages into the Atlantic, believing he could reach its edge. The first journey went reasonably well, but he never returned from the second. Most likely, he and his fleet encountered insurmountable challenges and perished in the Atlantic's rough waters. Even Christopher Columbus struggled to cross the Atlantic with larger ships, whereas Abu Bakr's canoes were much smaller. While some speculate that Abu Bakr reached the Americas, there is no concrete evidence to support this idea. It remains an intriguing what-if scenario, prompting us to imagine a world where the prosperous West African Empire discovered the Americas. 4. The Olmec Colossal Heads. Let's talk about something fascinating in central Mexico, a place called Tres Zapotes. Back in 1862, a Mexican archaeologist found a big stone sculpture buried in the ground. This sculpture had the face of a person, but nobody knew who it was. Strangely, this discovery didn't get much attention outside of Mexico. In 1938, an American archaeologist stumbled upon an identical stone head, sparking great excitement. Subsequent excavations in the area uncovered not just one, but a total of 17 massive boulders crafted to resemble human heads. These remarkable findings provided early evidence of the Olmec civilization, the oldest known culture in Mesoamerica. These stone heads vary in size, ranging from approximately 4 to 11 feet tall, and are incredibly heavy, weighing between 12,000 to nearly 100,000 pounds each. What makes this discovery even more perplexing is that they are composed of basalt, a rock typically found near volcanoes, yet the nearest volcanoes are approximately 90 miles away from the majority of these head sculptures. Now, why were these heads carved? It's likely they were made to honor Olmec rulers. Only those in charge would have had the resources and know how to transport and carve such huge boulders into the head sculptures we see today. But besides this educated guess, we don't have many solid details about them. Figuring out how old they are is also tricky because many of them were moved from their original spots before being dug up in the 20th century. So, the best we can do is guess that most of them were made between 1500 and 1000 BCE, while others were created between 1000 and 400 BCE. And interestingly, they've lasted for centuries, which makes you wonder if sometimes simple natural beauty, like what nature creates, can endure better than fancy human-made monuments like the Colossus of Rhodes or the Lighthouse of Alexandria. 5. The Voynich Manuscript. In 1912, a library called Collegia Romano in Central Europe, originally founded by the Society of Jesus, faced financial difficulties. To address this, they decided to sell some of their books and materials to the Vatican Library. This enigmatic book ended up in the hands of Wilfrid Voynich, a Polish book dealer. It had no title or author, consisting of approximately 240 pages filled with what appeared to be utter nonsense, strange writings, peculiar drawings of plants, animals, and other bizarre content. Despite its perplexing nature, Voynich was captivated by it and spent the next 2 decades trying to engage scholars in studying it. He believed there might be a hidden code or secret within its text. Sadly, Voynich passed away in 1930 without uncovering any answers. After World War II, Allied code breakers attempted to decipher it but made little headway. Numerous scholars took their turn at cracking its code, resulting in about a dozen theories within the academic community. None of these theories conclusively explained the book's content.